Welcome to Post Game Podcast. I'm your host, June. And what I'm going to start doing weekly is my weekly thoughts on the Detroit Pistons. What's going on whenever I can. I know it's the off season and we have a little ways to go to Pistons basketball, but I'm going to chime in, try to do this weekly on my thoughts of the team going forward. Last year was a dismal season, and we're looking forward to a much better season this year. But before I get into that and what I'm going to talk about today, is I want you to subscribe to Bleachers to Speakers on YouTube if you're out there listening. Subscribe to the new channel. We want to the goal is to get to 200. Let's get up to 200 subscribers by the mid-August. We're on the road to 1,000 subs. So if you're out there and you're not subscribed, please subscribe, share it, like it, comment, do what you got to do so we can put us in the algorithm as we can gain more subscribers so we can get more Pistons fans tuned in. Also, if you're listening, and if you're watching and you just rather listen, we're on all podcast streaming platforms. All you have to do is go to places like Spotify, YouTube Music, iHeartRadio, and go into the search. You'll see that logo that you see on the screen, the Post Game Podcast logo. All you have to do is, you have to search Post Game Podcast FFSN. You'll see that logo. Follow us, download the episodes, comment on the episodes, man, So without further ado, what we're talking about today is I want to talk about Ron Holland. It was a lot of moans and groans when he was the one chosen. Obviously, he wasn't who I thought the Pistons should have taken at number 5. I personally thought Connect would be a good fit, proven scorer, an older rookie. I think he's 21, 22 years old. And he could score at all 3 levels. And I was thinking, this is the guy. However, the Pistons selected Ron Holland, and I was one of those ones that was like, But his summer league play, I seen some things. And although the Pistons have a lot of people that play that position at 3, it's kind of crazy. But if you watch the summer league, you see some of the things he can do. He wound up averaging 17 points a game, 7 rebounds, and a couple assists. I think he missed the second game, but he played the rest of them. And when he was out there, you can see him active on defense. You can see him, the athleticism, hit a couple threes. His shot selection wasn't bad. Everybody takes bad shots, but it wasn't overall, from an overall standpoint, it wasn't that bad. And this is a person that you don't have to bring in right away. And let's just face it, the draft just wasn't what we needed it to be to turn this team around, right? We had to get some athletes. We had to get some ball players. We need ball players. We need those dog mentality ball players to turn this thing around. And I think that's what you got in Ron Holland. I hate to bring in someone that's not very good at shooting percentage as far as the 3-point percentage and hope that they'll shoot good from 3-point land. I did that with Killian Hayes, hoping that one day he'll develop a jumper. I'm not doing that anymore. So I was kind of bummed out looking at his percentage, but what he can bring to the table can help contribute to turn this team around. We got a new coach. There's a new focus. There's a different attitude around here, and it's not quite like the Lions around here. Because in Detroit, in Michigan as a whole, that Detroit Lions aura that's going around, we want the Pistons to have that same aura, and it's not quite there yet at all. It's not even close. But we know how we get down when it comes to the Detroit Pistons around here. Hopefully, starting next season, we start to see some improvement. And I think we should all reconsider our bad thoughts about Ron Holland. Ron Holland is a very good athlete. He's a young player. He's still a teenager. He's got time to develop. He's 6'7". Uh, you can put him at your small forward, your wing, and we do have enough wings. And there are people that are saying you drafted another Oscar Thompson. I love Oscar Thompson. I think he's going to be good. I just I just want to see improvement along the lines of Thompson, and hopefully they can bring Holland along slowly and let him develop and let him learn and uh, get hungry while he's watching and learning. And then when he's time to put him in and play, that hunger shows. So I think this is we want people, we want basketball players that's going to put people in the seats. And once you get those kind of basketball players, you start to win games. So well, hopefully we can turn this thing around. 14-68 last year was nasty work. So I just want to give some light to Ron Holland and what he's done in the summer league. And I honestly think he's a pretty decent pick from a weak draft. I think we got a good one in a weak draft. Uh, People are looking at the top two picks, Rasacher and Sar, and they're questioning those picks. And we were upset we couldn't get the number one pick. So I don't think we fared pretty bad at number 5 in this draft. But it remains to be seen. I will keep you guys posted on any news that we hear about the Pistons. We'll do a weekly show on the Pistons, but if there's anything that happens after our show, you'll see me here on Sunday talking about it and dropping an episode. So please subscribe to Bleachers to Speakers on YouTube. And for your podcast audio feeds, go to any podcast streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcast. Go in there, put FFSN. I'm sorry, Post Game Podcast FFSN in your search. You'll see that Pistons logo. It's not a Pistons logo. You'll see that Piston colored logo. Download the episodes. Check us out. Thank you for taking the time to checking us out. Bleachers to Speakers is our other channel, is our other show that me and Foster does. Shout out to B. Foster. He does a lot of work off the scenes. You can tune into his baseball show as well. And we're going to be bringing you more and more stuff now that we have our own channel. So that's why I say subscribe to Bleachers to Speaker on YouTube. There's more coming.